video, I'm going to show you how to work button bands and buttonholes. There are several ways of making buttonholes, and the method you use depends on the size of the hole required. First, we'll work a 2-row buttonhole, which is great if you've got larger buttons. Begin by working to the position of the buttonhole. Then work the next 2 stitches, and with the tip of the left needle, slip the stitch over the second stitch. Continue casting off this way for as many stitches as you need, depending on the size of your button. And then work to the end of the row. Turn and work along the row until you reach the stitches that were cast off on the previous row. Now turn the work around and insert the tip of the right needle between the first 2 stitches on the left needle. We're going to use the cable cast on method to cast on the same number of stitches that you cast off on the previous row. Now, if you place the last stitch in the normal way, a loop forms which creates a second buttonhole. And you can see here that it's not very tidy. So to avoid this loop forming, before you place the last cast on stitch onto the left needle, bring the yarn between the needles to the front of the work. This will stop the second loop from forming. Then turn the work around and complete the row. Now we'll make a small eyelet buttonhole, perfect for baby wear and small buttons. Work to the position of the buttonhole. If the next stitch is to be knitted, take the yarn forward to the front of the work between the tips of the needles and knit the next 2 stitches together, which will create a hole. By taking the yarn forward, a loop is formed which will make another stitch. On your next row, simply work the row as normal, knitting or purling the loop. If your buttonhole stitch is to be purled, wrap the yarn around the needles from front to back and then purl the next 2 stitches together. On your next row, simply work the row as normal, knitting or purling the loop. So that's it. Happy knitting!